we're not going to go into the Italian, but one thing I will ask you about is, you know, how are your first months in Florence and how you're getting on, the language, the culture, how are you feeling?
No, I'm feeling very good. People are very nice here in Florence, and you really feel the passion about the club, about Fiorentina. Everywhere you go, especially when the first month when I was here, I didn't have a car, so I was taking the taxis, and there was a lot of passionate taxi drivers in the city, so that was really nice. And I really enjoy the city, and here in Florence you can do a lot of stuff, and also for my girlfriend, that's really nice to live in a city where you have a lot of things to do, and you can eat very nice food as well, and that's really good, and people are very nice here.
Can you eat the food actually?
Yeah, of course. Some of the food, of course. I don't eat a lot of beef. I do it sometimes, but it is not the food I eat the most. But I have already tried the Florentine steak.
You have?
Yeah, I've tried it one time, and it was really delicious. And the food is really nice.
Okay, let's start from you as a child. No, your first steps into football. Talk us through that as well. Like what it's like. Of course, you know, at the start it's just, you know, pure passion.
Yeah, of course. When you're a kid, it's a game, and you're having fun with it, and you play football all the time. In the breaks in the school, after the school, and I was a very had a lot of energy as a kid. So sometimes even during the school they set me out with the ball. Oliver, you go outside for 10 minutes and use some of that energy, and then you come back and try to sit still. And everything was about football basically when I was a kid. Of course, in Denmark, during the winter months you can't really play football because it's too cold, and there wasn't really a lot of artificial pitches back in the day. But we were, every chance we got, we went out with the ball and was playing. So it was a really nice time, and the passion about football just kept growing during my childhood.
Were you always a goalkeeper?
No, in the beginning you try different positions. Like I started when I was 6 years old, and I was trying different positions the first couple of years, and then when I was 8-9 years old, I started to say to the coach, okay, I want to be a goalkeeper. Also because I was the best in our team in the goal, and I was a little bit crazy when I played out in the field.
That's what they say about every goalkeeper.
I was a little bit too crazy. Yeah, I was a little bit too crazy, and I think maybe some of the parents also were like, it was a little bit dangerous for their kids to play when I was outside.
What do you mean? What would you do?
No, I was just I don't know. I didn't really. I was just tackling hard, and I was getting easily angry and made a lot of free kicks. So it was better for me and also for the other kids that I was in the goal. Yeah.
Did you bring some of that mentality, to your professional life as well, or did you calm down a little bit?
No, I calmed down a little bit because it was during my early teenage years, it was getting a little bit out of hand, and I was getting really frustrated actually, and it was like destroying. It could destroy some trains for me, and also some games that I couldn't focus on the game if something happened, that something didn't go the way that I wanted. I was getting in my feelings, but I had early on I had a mental coach, and we really worked on that, and now is. Now you will see sometimes that I'm getting frustrated, but not the way I did when I was a kid.
So you sort of had some anger issues, and then you were able to channel it,
exactly.
in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So, I mean, what kind of thing would you do on the pitch?
Oh, I would arguing with the referee. Sometimes I argue with my coach. Sometimes I try to kill the post. And also I injured myself a couple of times because I was kicking the post so hard. And I broke a couple of toes one time because I kicked the post so hard.
Like proper boom.
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. And I was so embarrassed about it that I just, after 2 weeks, I said, okay, I have to go.
And you were about, how old?
Maybe I was 14, 15 years old.
And you started working with a mental coach at that age?
Yeah,
already?
at that age, yeah. I think it was after the incidents, more or less. I started to
Where were you playing at the time?
I was playing in Odense.
Odense.
Yeah, I was playing in Odense.
And did the club help you with, having a mental coach?
That was my parents.
Your parents?
Yeah, that was my parents. Because it was, it was, like I said, it was getting a little bit out of hand, and it was, I had a hard time concentrating when some of these things happen. If I made a mistake and it led to a goal, or if I felt like the ref were whistling against us, and that's that's important as a football player, that you can cope with those things and still focus about the game. Because I never seen a ref whistle a penalty and then take it back. Not back then.
Yeah.
Now they can do it because of the VAR, of course, but back then it didn't help anything, and it didn't benefit me at all. And so it was a quite important thing for me to like get control of and use it the right way to play 90 minutes perfect.
So the mental coach helped you. So at the time, did you think that was like a massive setback in your trying to become a professional, or were you not really thinking about a career in football?
No, yeah, for sure. I always wanted to be a professional football player, and that was for sure one of the biggest obstacles for me. That if something didn't go right, that I couldn't cope with it. I couldn't handle it, and then it was affecting my performances. And one mistake led to another. And as a goalkeeper, I've learned that you can make a mistake, but you can still have a good game afterwards. And it's important that you don't let the mistake affect you during the game, and then you can like deal with it after the game. Okay, what went wrong? Sometimes also a mistake happens that you can't really explain what is why did this happen, and that's and I think that's a really, really important thing for a goalkeeper, that you can during the game you can let things go, and then you can work with the stuff afterwards, and that's for a goalkeeper, I think, is one of the most important things.
Yeah, they say that about some of the best goalkeepers in history, that one of the abilities was to overcome mistakes, not let them affect you. About being a goalkeeper, we chatted right here in the same spot with Fabiano Parisi, and he said the most difficult position is the goalkeeper right now, because it's not just about not letting goals in with your hands, but a lot of playing with your feet. I was still quite surprised that was his answer, to be honest, because nobody ever thinks about the goalkeepers as much as you think as other positions. Do you think it's the hardest position?
I think it's the position where you have to be the most complete football player, because you have to be very good with your hands, you have to be very good with your feet, you have to have courage, you have to be really, really strong mentally, and you have to. I think you really have to be the most complete football player, because you also have to be able to play with both feet. You have to do a lot of things, and you see now the best goalkeepers in the world, and there's nothing that they can do. Like Alisson, Ederson, Neuer.
Who's your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite, but I have a lot of goalkeepers that I really like. I really enjoy to watch them play. Like the two Brazilians, Ederson and Alisson, it's really amazing to watch. I also really like Donnarumma. I think he's my age,
Yeah,
from '99, and he played don't know, 300, 350 professional football games. I think that's unbelievable, and that's like his mentality from a very young age has been extraordinary, and I think that's something that I really I admire that by him, that he was able, because when I was 17 I would not be able to do what he did, even though I came out young as well in Denmark, but to do that at 16, 17, that's really special. And also in a club like AC Milan, it's not like there's no expectations.
Yeah, no, that's insane. Well, I mean, your career is still very early days as well. Odense, then Hertha Berlin, now Fiorentina. What was it like going abroad so young? Because, I mean, you're still very young, and Germany isn't Denmark, of course.
No, of course it was difficult because I moved out from my parents' house when I was 19. And but I was still 20 minutes away from them, so I could see them, whenever I wanted, basically. And moving to Berlin is different, because you don't drive to your parents and eat dinner and then you go back. And it was difficult, obviously, and because I'm very close to my family, I spend a lot of time with them when I'm back home, and I think that's the most difficult thing about it, really, to play abroad. That's you miss your family and your friends and the city that I'm from, that I really love to be in, and that's basically that's the only thing that I can think of that is like a downside with football. And but they are really good to come and visit me, and now it's a little bit longer for them to go to Italy, because Berlin was 6 hours by car from my hometown, and now they have by car they have like 18 hours.
Yeah,
with the plane
it's a proper trip. Yeah,
with the plane it's okay. There's also a lot of airports close to Florence. Obviously there's Florence, but I think it's not every day there's a direct flight.
No, Pisa,
but
Bologna.
there's Pisa, Bologna. You can also go to Rome or Milano and go by the.
So you're already an expert. You know your way around.
Yeah, I know my way around, and also when I have to look for tickets for my family, I have to know all the possibilities for them to come here.
Regarding Denmark, obviously you have one cap for the senior team, but under 21 you even played at the Euros.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that experience, representing your country, if it's something you absolutely want to do.
Yeah, of course. I think there's no greater pleasure than representing your country, and it's regardless of it's under 16, 17, 18. You have a special feeling when you're representing your country, and that's obviously also one of my goals in the future, to get back into the national team and representing my country. And I had some very nice experience so far with the national team. I was the World Cup in Qatar with the national team. We had a great run with under 21. We played this in my span. I think we played 16 or 17 games and we didn't lose. And we played strong nations as well, like Germany, France. Romania had a very, very good team at the point also, and we really had a great team, and there was some very nice experiences, and it's just nice to be able to represent your country.
Yeah, Denmark, recently have done really, really well, and a lot has happened, not just about the football, of course, but it's one of those national teams that you can sense there's a progress, and maybe next time it's going to be their tournament, and it's quite exciting. I think one of those hipster international sides that a lot of neutral fans support as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think Denmark, we are a small country, like Croatia, for example.
Yeah.
Also have done really well over the last years, and I think now you see that a lot of Danish players is getting to play in the big leagues. And
who's your favorite Danish player?
My favorite Danish player, I don't know. I have some very good friends as well. that I like to watch play. And my favorite Danish player.
So you don't want to let any of your friends down?
I don't want to let any of my friends down, really. But obviously, some of the goalkeepers I like to watch play. Schmeichel, Bueno, they're really talented, and was really enjoying getting to train with them with the national team, and they're really good and really strong, and they're very good at giving advice as well. So I'll say I like to watch them play. I obviously have some friends as well that I support sometimes. I have a good friend in Benfica, Alexander Bahr, that I also like to watch play, and Jakob Brun Larsen is also my close friend in Burnley. If I have the possibility to watch him play, I do that as well. So that's I have some nice friends in the national team.
What are the main differences between life in Denmark and Italy? Was there anything that you landed here and you were like, this is absolutely shocking?
I would say that I never tried to train in 36, 37 degrees. I never tried it before. So that was really difficult for me. Like the first week, I was struggling a little bit with the weather because it was so hot. You know, in Denmark, if we have good summer, we have 25 degrees. There's a big difference from 37 to 25.
So it's not just a stereotype.
No, really. It's the summer is really hot, and of course, I think Italy is very, like, the buildings are old, but it's really nice. It's really romantic. A lot of places in Italy, and I love to go to Italy on vacation. I was actually the summer I was also in Italy for vacation with my girlfriend, and I've been a couple of times. We've been also to Cinque Terre one time, Lucca, some of the beautiful places we have in Italy, and it's just it's a really nice country, and I like Italians because they are very different from Danish people. They are very active with the way they talk, and you know exactly. Like today, my girlfriend and I was having a coffee this morning, and people are just talking to each other, laughing, having a good time, and talking very loud, laughing, and that's. Yeah, I think that's very nice.
I mean, I'm sure people have a good time in Denmark.
Oh yeah, for sure. But here you can really feel it more than in Denmark, because people are a little bit louder, a little bit more. They don't care so much about what people.
Yeah, maybe a bit more outgoing.
Yeah, exactly, a bit more outgoing than Danish people. We are a little bit more quiet, and we don't want to attract too much attention to us. Yeah. But that's I love that about Italy. Sometimes I'm just if something's happening and people are coming quickly and checking it out, and it's really nice.
It's one of the different. So you told us a little bit about Italy and Florence. What about Fiorentina? What it means to you to play for this club? Your relationship with the coach, with the president, Rocco Commisso, who's obviously done so much for Fiorentina, and we're inside the Viola Park now, and we've seen what it means for Italian football. So, what does it mean to you being here?
No, obviously, Fiorentina is a very well-known Italian club in Denmark because they had some great Danish players here back in the day. I actually think that Martin Jørgensen, he was captaining a couple of seasons for Fiorentina. Pierre Koldrup also was also having a good span of years here.
I remember very well. Yeah. Champions League.
Exactly, Champions League, and it's a big club also outside of Italy. I think that I don't know if people from Florence know that, but it's a very well-known club, and obviously especially in Denmark because of the players that have played here had all had a great time, and that's that's really nice, and I like that the fact that the city is the city's not so big, but everybody love Fiorentina.
Yeah.
I think that's a special feeling to play in a city where you really feel like everybody is supporting and loving the club, and they are paying attention to what is happening here. And for me, that's a really nice feeling. It reminded me a little bit about how it was in Odense, because Berlin was a little bit different because the city is huge and very international, and it's not all people that are paying attention to what is going on. Even though the fan base there is also really good.
Crazy.
Yeah, but here you have a different feeling in the city. Like you go around, you see the flags are hanging around outside of windows, and these stamps are everywhere.
Yeah.
With the Fiorentina, you really get the feeling of how the people in the city love the club. And that's nice to try to go out and representing that during the games. Give you an extra good feeling.
And what about the Viola Park and being here?
No, of course here we have amazing staff. The head coach, Mister, and also the goalkeeper coach, the physical coaches.
Do you speak? Do they speak in Italian or English or Danish?
No, not Danish. It's too difficult. But yeah, they try in Italian, and or if I don't understand it, I will ask. I'll ask to get it in English if it's something regarding me or regarding the defense.
And how do you communicate with the defenders? Is that a problem?
No, I pretty quickly picked up the difference, the different.
What was like the funniest word you picked up? Like uomo, solo.
No, but I heard
very
that,
basic, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that because we had some South American players in Berlin, and they were all the time saying solo.
Yeah.
So I knew that one. But destra, sinistra, avanti, dietro, these stuff I picked up quite fast. It was I think it's important that you don't, because none of the other defensive players in the defensive line they all communicate in Italian, and I think that's important that you don't come in and then confuse with the English words, because it's easier if I quickly learn it in Italian, and then I still have to improve because I'm starting from zero. I didn't know any Italian when I came, so that's one of the right now that's one of the most important things for me too.
But you can speak English with the president, with the director, you know. Yeah,
that's really nice that we can speak English. I also think they also think it's a little bit nice that we can speak in English. No, but they obviously they've done a lot of things for this club, and with I think everybody saw with the grand opening. This training facility is world class. It's one of the best. It's the best I ever seen, and I think also with it's also very Italian, like the style, the view over the Tuscany hills.
Yeah.
I think it's very complete, and it's beautiful, and obviously you have everything here.
Yeah,
what you need for a football player. It's really nice.
Before I let you go, a few things about yourself, like why the number 53, for example.
The 53 is the postal code for my city. So I think that was a nice little tribute for my friends and family.
What's the name? How do you pronounce the name of your hometown?
Kermene. Yeah. So I think it was a nice tribute.
I wrote it down, but I'm not gonna go there.
No. It's quite difficult to pronounce, but it was just a fun thing that I was thinking about doing. And they also think that it's nice. So it's just a little thing. Every time I go on the pitch, I think a little bit of them back home, and
That's really cool. It's one of the most interesting reasonings behind numbers, actually, that I've heard. And what do you do in your free time? Do you have any films, TV series, books you read, hobbies?
Yeah, of course. I really like basketball. Yeah, I watch NBA. When I was in Berlin, I sometimes went to watch the EuroLeague. So I like to watch basketball, and I'm following it as good as I can. NBA is difficult because it's 3-4 in the night.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously not watching a lot of those games. But I also like to go for some walks with my girlfriend. It's more her that like to go. I just follow along. We are also, we love food as well. Trying different stuff, different kitchens. She's a very good chef. So we're having a good time with that, and obviously football is obviously the main passion in my life. And
what would you have been if not a footballer?
That's difficult to say. I don't think I ever thought about it.
Thierry Henry once answered this question saying an amateur footballer, because he loves it so much that he would have just played
for sure.
level.
I would have played no matter what. I always loved playing football, and also not just playing football, but also like the social life in it. Like having a team, you do whatever you
changing room.
Whatever you can for your teammates in the changing room. You have a lot of fun, and you just getting a lot of good experiences with football. Doesn't matter if it's professional, amateur, youth. It's like a fulfilling feeling in life to have football. It gives you a lot.
I often ask this question. I'm curious, how at such a young age, how do you deal with the salaries, the money that comes in? Because it's obviously a passion, but then it becomes a job. So does that change your perception of things?
I don't know. That's a tricky question. Of course, it's a job, but I think most of the guys, they would do it anyway. They would play in their hometown or whatever. And obviously, with the money also comes a lot of pressure and a lot of expectations, and people can also be quite rude to you because you play football, and then there's a lot of things that come with being a professional football player.
How do you deal with the social media? Is it something you pay a lot of attention to?
No, not really. I don't really use a lot of time to it. I don't post that much either. I only post about football, not really so much about my private life, and I like to keep that to myself. So that's there's a lot of different aspects to it, but obviously, I would say that it becomes more like a job when you move away from your family.
Okay.
Because I don't think, if you have to be honest, I would not live in Florence if it wasn't for football, or I wouldn't have lived in Berlin if it wasn't for football.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so that's I think that's what make it more a job, because you are far away from the people that you love, and of course I have my girlfriend here, which is nice, but still my mom, dad, brother, friends, grandparents, they are still in Denmark, and if I could, then I would have played, or I would have lived there if I didn't play football. But football is also my passion, so.
Yeah, you obviously follow it, put in a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
I guess both mentally and physically.
Yeah, exactly.
All round. Where do you see yourself in 20 years' time?
In 20 years, I'm 43. So I'm probably retired.
Who knows?
I probably retired maybe for 2 or 3 years. I want to play until I can't anymore. So I would say I'm probably back home in Denmark, living in my city. I would say. I think that my girlfriend have a dream that when we're done playing football, we go live in Japan for 1 or 2 years.
All right.
Yeah,
Why not?
that's her dream, and I think I dragged her some different places now, and when I'm done playing football, we can go live a place that she chooses, and not just me.
Last question: what is your dream?
Oh, I have a lot of dreams. Obviously, you want to try to compete in the Champions League. You want to win a couple of trophies during your career as well, and I think all of these dreams that I have are possible here, and I think the club is in a good place, and I think we are allowed to dream. Of course, you always have to be realistic, but I think there is a good chance over the next 5 years that I have contract here that we can make some of those dreams come true. Hopefully, we could continue improving and growing as a club and a city. That would be amazing to do that here.
Perfect way to end this. Thank you so much, Oliver.
Thank you.
Thank you.